Very excited about Marcus, great basketball player, great kid. Comes from a solid high school program. We're really excited about having him. We have obviously a need for a point guard. Our Blake obviously is graduating, and it was a priority recruit for us. And Marcus really fits the bill of everything that we've needed. He's a solid defender. He's a very, very good offensive player. Can shoot it and drive it, and has the whole package. So we're very excited to have him.
2 road wins, big ones to start the season. How does that help the confidence moving forward?
Well, I mean, we really guarded well. We did a really, really good job defensively. Especially at Georgia, I thought that it might have been the best defensive performance that one of my teams has had since I've been in coaching. We guarded them. I executed offensively. But as I shared with our guys, that's just 2 games. We're 2 games in. Got a lot of basketball to be played. They don't give you any awards or trophies or bids at this time of the year. So we need to stay grounded and keep on working every day to get better.
Maybe talk about Cameron. He seems like it'd be a huge lift just right away.
Good basketball player. Joe. He's a guy that can play at both ends of the floor. He has a very, very good basketball IQ. Kind of found his way a little bit through the GW game, but played a great second half against Georgia. He just has a good feel for the game, and obviously we needed that spot desperately. In the first game down at George Washington, Bobby Hayne played in that spot, and when Cam got in foul trouble, and Bobby did a really solid job there. So it was a good. Obviously, when you're 2-0 and you start on the road in Atlantic 10 in an SEC school, you're very excited about what's happened. But in the same breath, I'm a realist. I know there's a lot of basketball to be played.
In the same token, Coach, can you talk about Nolan's outside shooting, which makes him so dangerous?
Who's this now?
Cameron.
Cam. Yeah, he's a good basketball player. I mean, he can play around the basket. I think against Georgia, his 2 offensive rebounds when they made their run to get it to 10. One was a 3-point play. Another one was a play where he got the rebound, missed it, and then kicked it out for a basket. He's a solid basketball player. He can shoot the 3. Which has been kind of our earmark for that position, which I think makes it hard for people to guard us because those guys, historically can step back and shoot. Be a little bit in these these next couple of games. He's going to be more of a realistic check for him because you're going to play guys like him. Against the last 2 games, he said guys. Everybody thinks it's such a disadvantage for him to play or have to play like against a 6'10" guy. Well, those 6'10" guys got to try to find him, and that was a positive for us at the offensive end. But he can score inside and he has a nice perimeter game.
Coach, how encouraging is it that 7 deep, you're really well balanced both in scoring and rebounding?
DJ and Bobby, give us. A very solid 2 guys off the bench. Obviously, we don't win the George Washington game without those guys. Bobby had 19, DJ had 12. A couple of our other freshmen and Ryan and Ronnie are getting better every day. You can see it. Fletcher Larson did a good job on the trip too. So, but those 2 guys. Are good basketball players. DJ has probably grown in a year and improved as much as any basketball player I've had in a long time, and that kid deserves the credit. I mean, he's we all want to talk about I don't know the value or the importance of coaching. I like to put the value and the importance on the player. I mean, there's a kid that worked his tail off all summer. There's a kid that came into the gym and shot on his own all summer. DJ deserves a lot of credit for getting better.
Jerry, what's the 2 wins do for the psyche of the program?
Here we go. He had to ask it. We had to get one.
My basketball IQ probably isn't where it should be at this point in the season.
Too early. I mean, there's no doubt, Dana, that it gives you confidence. I mean, there's no doubt going in to those road games that you start to have their attention, better. They start to believe. But as I told him today, I mean, you can look all over the athletic or world, if you will, whether it's pro or college. You start to feel too good about yourself and you lose your ground in terms of working hard and getting better. It can come up and bite you really quick. And we've got a very, very tough stretch. Obviously, we have St. Francis at home, and then we go to 3 in 3 days on the road, and then you've got Kent and Bowling Green, so all before finals. So I'm a realist. I know what's ahead of us. Am I happy and proud of our guys that we won 2 on the road? Absolutely. I am not trying to detract from that. But in the same breath, you better strap it up and keep on working hard because it can be very short-lived.
Tell us a little bit about St. Francis.
A tougher guard for us, if you can believe it or not, than some of the teams that we've played already. Very motion-oriented, 3 really, really talented guards on the perimeter. This was a team last year that we beat by 1 at their place. And struggled against them to guard them because of the fact that they're so mobile and quick. They're definitely different than anything that we've seen in terms of the last 2 games. We did a really good job on these other teams' bigs. They don't have, they are not as big as what we have faced, but they are a lot quicker. They're a lot better off the bounce, can take you off the dribble. This is a very much a concerning game for me.
For the program, exposure-wise, winning when you're on ESPN and nationally televised, what's that do for you guys moving forward?
That's tremendous for the university and for our program, and for the city of Youngstown. I mean, to be, obviously I didn't see it, but there's a lot of people that have talked about it with me. That they were very complimentary towards our program, and our play obviously spoke for itself in terms of those kind of things. So very, very happy for Youngstown, happy for our university and our athletic department that we could be a little bit of a positive light there for the 2.5 hours that we were on.
What did you learn about your team in these 2 wins that maybe you didn't know before the season started?
I think anytime you go into a year, there's some measuring sticks that you really wonder. One of those things is how tough you are. And do you have the toughness to go on the road, to play well, to fight through adversity, whether it be a home crowd or officials or whatever. And, I walked into the locker room after the Georgia game and told our kids, A, that I was proud of them, but, B, they really showed me some toughness in these 2 games. Both games we had nice leads at the half. Both games that lead shrunk. And in both of those games, we battled back and took another commanding lead. So proud of our guys in terms of how tough they were mentally.
Coach, you were talking about DJ and Bobby earlier, your bench. Can you tell me how deep you were feeling solid with these guys and how deep you guys can go?
Oh, John, the first half we played 10 guys. We were in foul trouble. Fletcher Larson gave us a really good lift with a nice jump shot in the post play. Mike did a really good job for us. So, I feel pretty confident about playing 9 guys. And then again, a couple of our younger freshman guys are getting better every day. And, maybe they wanted to go a little bit faster than I understand that, that it's going to take a little bit of time. But I feel very comfortable playing. Obviously, the 7 that have been playing, but I also believe that we have a good backup guys and in Fletch and in Mike.